Hello everyone! Good morning! It's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. I hope you guys are having a great day. It's Monday morning and we are bringing you round 2 because I need to get 2 streams in very quickly because I need to work out. I'm feeling the holiday bulge right now. I hope you guys enjoyed your holiday season. I am ready to be back into the swing of things and away from cookies and sweets. All right, so let's start talking about one of our favorite topics on this channel, the Duggars. If you're new to our channel or to the channel, you'll know that we cover a lot of, you may not know that we cover a lot of snark related to a lot of the different fundy families that are in the world. I just completed a video about the Sister Wives debut season premiere, season 14. And now we're going to jump into the Duggars, who are on TLC as well. Completely different subset of the world, but in terms of the fundy world, but they also have some of their own issues and belief with their, beliefs. But there's been a lot going on with the Duggars. So what has been going on with the Duggars? Well, there's been this whole looming investigation with the Department of Homeland Security. One of Josh Duggar's businesses was they visited there, let's just say, and itemized and took some things. They also interviewed some people at the big house. There has also been a lot of bombshells, like boom, being dropped by Derick Dillard, Jill Dillard's husband, the second oldest of the girls of the Duggar family. She has been sort of shunned or kicked out of the family because she no longer is on the show Counting On. Her and her husband were dropped by the series due to some statements made by Derick online about another TLC show, Jazz. Now, there's been a lot going on about, Derick has always insisted that's not why he was fired, that he and Jill left the show, but it was only until like about a week and a half ago that Derick started actually opening up about what happened, and it all came down to the fact that like Jim Bob basically controls everything. The kids don't make a dime. Contracts are done between Jim Bob and the network. The kids don't have contracts with the network. Derick insists that the kids don't even have any sort of legal representation in regards to the show, and he feel as though they have to film as a duty to their father, as well as their father saying that it's missionary work, and that some of them are threatened with legal suits in the event that they don't actually film. He's also made a lot of statements about how he and Jill are no longer allowed at the house, and unless Jim Bob approves it, and that it's put a strain on the relationship with the family because the kids aren't paid. Jim Bob is doing shady things, and Derick was like not okay with Jill being forced to film after 2015's revelations come forward about Josh Duggar and the inappropriate things that he did to her and her other sisters. So he has been sort of using his platform to sort of speak for Jill. She has not made any statements about it, but it's interesting because Jill is actually super close to her cousin Amy. And Amy is not actually part of the same world. Her mom doesn't follow the same belief system as Jim Bob and Michelle. Her mom is Deanna, who is Jim Bob's sister. And she actually is a more progressive Christian. They don't have the same requirements. They're not, the courting stuff isn't a thing. And, she openly wears bikinis and she shows her pregnant belly, and her husband drinks beer. And they don't live in the sort of the same world, because Jim Bob's mother actually wasn't either in that world. So even though they are still Christians, they are more of the standard, vanilla, normal people that don't have beliefs that are patriarchal or harmful to children and women. So she has appeared on the show a little bit, but hasn't been on in years. But she has remained very close to Jill. Jill will often, she's often been helping Amy promote her clothing. Amy owns a boutique in town, and Jill has been, she's used Jill as a model for the different clothing that she wears, and then Jill will post it to her social media. Jill also is seen going in and out of the boutique quite frequently. So I think Jill and Amy have formed a close friendship. The other girls as well, but Jill and Amy's friendship has been a lot more strong in the last year or so. But given everything that's been going on, all of these sort of bombshells that have been dropped by Derick, and then knowing that there's this looming investigation going on with the Department of Homeland Security, Amy has been pretty outspoken about wanting to not be associated with her famous family and insisting that she is no longer a Duggar. So it all started on Instagram, where she actually shared this adorable photo of her son Dax, who she had over this fall. I think he's only a couple months, maybe 3 months. And someone said she might not want to be compared to the Duggars, which I get, but she digress have Duggar blood in her, which means her baby does too. And let's be honest here, if it wasn't for the Duggar name, she wouldn't be famous. Not trying to be rude, I'm just being honest. And she said, I do not consider myself famous. That's just so weird to me. I'm just a girl who's related to a famous family, and I haven't been on television in years. When someone said all the Duggar babies are gorgeous because of the mamas are gorgeous, she said, thank you, but he's a King baby. That's her husband's last name, Eli King. And then she said, I appreciate the compliment. All the women are gorgeous, and I agree. I just really like to focus on my life now that I'm married. He might have a little Duggar, but he looks like Dylan. Again, like being very clearly separating herself from the Duggar family. And then this is her husband, Dylan, with her and her son, Dax. She shares a lot of photos on there on her, like sort of just engaging, like, we will never stop trying to be better for each other and for our little family. Marriage is all about forgiving each other and accepting new challenges, encouraging each other to dream and explore their potential in the world. Do not keep your spouse in a box. Do not hold them back from being what God created them to be. And then she shared this actually yesterday, this is my favorite picture of all time. You should see the way Dylan lights up every time he holds our son. It makes me melt to see the love and the good, makes me see them melt in the love between the two of them. And then she's also shared, this with her first Christmas beer on New Year's Eve, which is really actually super, super, like, whoa, a Duggar is, someone connected to the Duggars is drinking. Oh my gosh. Dylan drinks Miller Lite. So here's the thing. She's pretty clearly sort of, I'm married now to Dylan. My name is Amy King. I am not a Duggar. I am not famous. My family is famous, but not me. And it's true. Listen, she's not on that show, but she is watched, and her Instagrams are like looked at. I mean, heck, I follow her. And she is the niece of Jim Bob and Michelle. So, she's not, she's definitely like, all right, I'm following the Jill and Derick party. We not part of this family anymore. We're done. This isn't my life. I'm over here. My husband's drinking beer. I'm wearing bikinis. We're a normal family. La 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 la. Which is interesting because I think publicly we haven't seen this much divide with the Duggars ever. So we're kind of starting to see the rift as some of the people are leaving. Amy, again, wasn't a part of it, but Jill leaving, now becoming friends with Amy. Amy now separating herself from the family. It's all sort of starting to line up, which makes me wonder, what other sisters or siblings might actually follow suit with this. The boys seem very ingrained and meshed into this world, but I wouldn't doubt that perhaps, Ginger be another one that potentially leaves this world, or maybe even, I don't even know. I want to say Jessa, but I just don't see it. I don't see Jessa leaving, and Joy is very, very enmeshed. But with Jessa being close to Ginger, there's a potential and a possibility that maybe she could also leave as well. So it's, as we're watching all of this develop in real time, it's just fascinating to me to see more and more people starting to wake up and more fans pay attention to what's going on. And it all kind of started with Derick, the whistleblower, only a week or two before the HSI investigation was revealed. He said that there could be a lawsuit or legal trouble on the horizon. So he said a storm was brewing, and I still think that storm is coming, and when it does break, it's probably going to be a bombshell. All right, so what are your thoughts with this? Are you surprised that she doesn't want to be a part of the family? Or are you not surprised? Are you glad that Jill has someone in her family that's not super, off to the right so far? I mean, so far conservative in their beliefs that she has some family members that are a little bit more rooted in reality. I'm actually happy for them. That's my opinion, but I'd love to hear yours. And leave me some comments below and let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll be back later. Bye, guys.